This is NDTV, and you're watching NDTV Profit.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special person who's present with us this evening. However, to welcome him on stage, may I request Mr. George to kindly join me on stage.
Our dignitaries on the dais, I'd like to thank you very, very much for an enlightening and really enlivened conversation. It is my great pleasure to welcome and felicitate on stage the Honorable Minister, Mr. Satej Banti Patil, Minister of State for Food and Drugs, Government of Maharashtra. Sir, it is our pleasure to have you here. Can I please welcome you on stage?
Good evening, everybody. We are talking about the pharma industry, the scenario in the pharma industry, and as a minister of this state, I should realize what is the issues which are concerning this industry, or what are your perspectives regarding this industry. And I feel overwhelmed what the way you all have discussed these issues, and I've taken note of few of your issues on this, and I've told the concerns also to give me a detailed report regarding this, or detailed compilations for my persuasion. I wouldn't assure that everything is in my hands being a minister of state. Certain issues are related to the central government, we all of you agree. So whatever discussions or whatever things which we have thought of today in regard to this pharma industry, certainly as a progressive state, as a Maharashtra being always progressive, we would like to see that this industry survives and grows in Maharashtra. In future also, we would like to see that pharma industry grows in Maharashtra. And I would like to request UBM that my writing letter to the central government won't have that much value, but I can assure you, whatever discussions you had, if you can make a paper, if you can make a note, I can assure you, in another 10 days time, the Chief Minister of Maharashtra will write to the central government in this regard. I can assure you that much. Whatever issues you feel the pharma industry needs to be addressed, I can understand things don't move at a easy pace. I am myself from an industry background, so I know after coming in the ministry, after becoming an MLA, how things move, I can realize it. But still there are many constraints in a government decision, as we all experience. At least we come to know the reality of this industry. What are your expectations? What are things which are need to happen? And I certainly appreciate all your thoughts. Wishing you all the best. I take your leave. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for showing us all your extensive support by personally being present at this event. We genuinely, on behalf of UBM India, thank you for your invaluable support. 10 industry awards, 10 stalwarts to be represented with various awards this evening. We're quickly going to get into the different segments. Ladies and gentlemen, to do the honors for the very first award, may I welcome on stage Mr. Ian O'Neill to kindly come up and present this very special award in our first award category. With a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Ian O'Neill. At the India Pharma Awards 2013, the very first award to be given this special evening is for special recognition in contractual search. And the award goes to, before that, I'm going to leave that to you to do. Our nominees are Acutist India and Rubicon Research. Amongst these two phenomenal players, let's see who bags the award this special evening. I'm sure there's a lot of anticipation in the audience. Everyone's been looking forward to this evening and the set of awards we're giving away. And the winner in this category is?
The winner in the Excellence in Contract Research special recognition is Rubicon Research.
Many congratulations to Rubicon Research for the fantastic work done in the pharmaceutical industry. Thank you, Mr. O'Neill. Thank you so much for doing the honors. Ladies and gentlemen, our second award this evening is for special recognition in corporate social responsibility. Many players from the pharmaceutical industry here. A very important aspect that all of us look into is our CSR initiatives. And the nominees in this category are the ISE Pharma Technology and Manufacturing Private Limited and British Biologicals. To do the honors, may I welcome on stage the Group Director, UBM India Private Limited, Mr. Milind Dikshit, with a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening once again. Excellence in corporate social responsibility, special recognition goes to ISI Pharma Technology and Manufacturing Private Limited.
Ladies and gentlemen, our third award this evening is for a very special category for operational excellence in formulations. To do the honors, may I welcome on stage Mr. John van der Walk and Dr. Ajit Dange with a round of applause.
Well, there we go. This year's award for operational excellence in formulation is going to Reddy's Laboratories.
Congratulations, Dr. Reddy's. I'm sure fantastic work done out there. Heartiest congratulations to all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, our next award is for the category of excellence in product development. And to do the honors, may I welcome on stage our Director, Drug Information Association, Mr. Kaushik Desai, along with Dr. Ajit Dange, our President and CEO, Danson Consulting. Ladies and gentlemen, the nominees for this category are DSM Sinochem Pharmaceuticals, Indoco Remedies Limited, Venus Remedies, Bliss GVS Pharma Limited, Watson Pharma, British Biologicals, Nithika Pharmaceutical Specialities Private Limited, and MSN Laboratories. Let's see who the winner in this category
Excellence
is.
in product development, the winner is Venus Remedies.
Venus Remedies, bagging away the Excellence in Product Development at the India Pharma Awards 2013. A proud moment. Ladies and gentlemen, our next award is for Excellence in Pharmaceutical Machinery and Equipment. To do the honors, may I welcome on stage the President, Catalyst Pharma, Mr. Devinder Pal. Along with Mr. Eric Heemskirk, to kindly join us to do the honors in this segment. A very warm welcome, gentlemen. The nominees in this category are Dyna Biotech, Crystal Automation, Technique Fluid Controls, Dyna Filters Private Limited, Hegan, and Bouquet India Private Limited, along with Neutronic. Sir, may I request you to give us the name of the winner?
The Excellence in Pharmaceutical Machinery and Equipment. Who is the winner? Any guesses here? Crystal Automation.
Thank you, gentlemen, for doing the honors. Ladies and gentlemen, our next award is in the category of Operational Excellence in EPI. And to do the honors, may I welcome on stage Mr. Satish Vagh and Mr. Subodh Priolkar with a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
And the Operational Excellency API winner is Piramal Enterprises Limited.
Operational Excellence in API going away to Piramal Healthcare. Ladies and gentlemen, our next award is for excellence in packaging development. And may I invite on stage Mr. John van der Walk from UBM Live and Mr. Joji George from UBM India to kindly do the honors.
And the 2013 award for excellence in packaging development is going to SL ProPack Limited.
ProPack bagging the excellence in packaging development at the India Pharma Awards 2013. Indeed, a prestigious award to take home. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a round of applause for SL ProPack for the fantastic work done in the space of packaging. To two of the biggest awards this very special evening at the India Pharma Awards 2013. And this award category is for the Emerging Entrepreneur of the Year. To do the honors, may I please welcome on stage our Honorable Minister, Shri Satej Patil Sahibji, along with Mr. Joji George. Ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause, we've come to the highlight this very special evening. Our nominees in this category are Supriya, DM Pharma, Nithika Pharmaceutical Specialities Private Limited, and Clear Sindh.
Emerging Entrepreneur of the Year is Mr. Vijay Kumar Ambati from Clear Sindh Labs Limited.
Ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause for Mr. Vijay Kumar from Clear Sindh. Emerging Entrepreneur of the Year. Gentlemen, may I request you to please be with us for the next award as well. May I request Mr. Naresh Gupta from Lupin Laboratories to kindly do the honors. Ladies and gentlemen, our last award this very special evening is that for the Lifetime Achievement Award in the pharmaceutical business. To do the honors, sir.
The Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Dr. Deshbandhu Gupta, who is the chairman of Lupin. And unfortunately, he could not come to receive this award because of personal reason. And on behalf of Dr. Gupta, I have a great pleasure in receiving this award. And Dr. Gupta has conveyed his sincere thanks to UBM as well as the jury for conferring this award on him.
Ladies and gentlemen, a special round of applause for Mr. D.B. Gupta on receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award in the pharmaceutical business. It indeed has been a long journey, crossing over 45 years to bring them to this stage today. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your contribution to the pharmaceutical industry.
Get ready to meet the men of steel who've laid the foundation of a rising India.
Land is scarce. It will become more scarce. Therefore, don't waste it in horizontal growth. Go urban, go high growth.
CommonFlaw.com presents Big Guns of Real Estate. Today at 9 p.m. Only on NDTV Profit. Presented by CommonFlaw.com, India's fastest growing real estate website. In association with Finlay's Consulting, redefining professionalism in real estate.
UBM India invites you to be part of history. For the first time in India, the Pharma fraternity will get together to celebrate and honor the contributions of innovators and game changers in a fantastic ceremony. UBM India presents the Indian Pharma Awards 2013. Come, let's make history together.
steel is on its way.
UBM India invites you to be part of history. For the first time in India, the Pharma fraternity will get together to celebrate and honor the contributions of innovators and game changers in a fantastic ceremony. UBM India presents the Indian Pharma Awards 2013. Come, let's make history together.
This is NDTV, and you're watching NDTV Profit.
To sort of accelerate this growth of pharmaceutical industry, I think we require 1 hour, but let me try to encapsulate in 3 minutes. Now, thing is, we live in what is known as a VUCA word, VUCA. This is a new sort of acronym coined by the media. VUCA stands for volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. Now, in India, you have to multiply that by 10 because you don't know what you cannot predict anything. So there has to be a predictable policy. Just to give an example, which is not a pharma related, but say Vodafone case, where we amended the Income Tax Act retrospectively from 1964, and the guy who did it has been promoted as a president of India. Now, point is the predictability, unless there's a predictability or certainty of certain policies. Let's look at FDI. We require FDI, but we are continuously tinkering. 2 days back, the government put in a spoke that there cannot be a non-compete agreement. One of the reasons why Abbott paid 9 times sales of Piramal is because there is a non-compete agreement. Your valuation is going to come down, but you cannot go on tinkering continuously in these policies. CDA is one example, Central Drug Authority and all that. Now, I have got some statistics which will shock you, and it is not from any article. This is from issue about income tax cases from the Ministry of Finance annual report 2012-13. The number of cases related to income tax in this country pending with commissioner appeals, there is a commissioner called appeals, 230,616, that is 2,30,000 as on March 12. Money locked up in this is 2,42,182 crore, which is equivalent to 10 scams. And then the IT related cases pending in the high courts, 36,460. IT related cases pending in Supreme Court, 6,241. And the top BSC companies, census companies, which spent in 2012-13 on legal fees, 238 crores, only on legal fees. So who is benefiting in this? The lawyers and the tax advisory firms like E&Y. Right. But what we not that I'm blaming you, but this is the government of India policy where you spend 300 crores on legal fees only in 1 year of top 17 companies for fighting IT related cases. And that is why we require something like, what shall I say, a very predictable policy. Just to tell you about IPR we mentioned. Now they have come out that patents can be granted only on international non-proprietary names, INN. You cannot get patent or any generic molecule. You have to have INN. Now, when you file a patent, many times INN is not there. Available. Now, whose brilliant idea is this? That is why what is happening is today that bureaucrats who are administrators are getting into technocratic and scientific things. Now, we have IPS for police service. We have IS for administrative service. We have IFS for Indian Foreign Service. Also, Forest Service. We have IRS, Indian Revenue Service, but we don't have Indian Scientific Service, ISS. I told Dr. Mashalkar 10 years ago that if there was an Indian Scientific Service, I would not have done my PhD. I would have done my IS. Thank you.
Subodh, I think with a special request, if you can speak something also on patient safety. That's one area which possibly never get discussed in any forum.
Yeah, but the topic today is, you upgrading your value in global pharma market. And if you're talking about
as long as you don't take care of the patient rights of your own country,
Yes.
The credibility will still be at risk. That's really the point.
Yeah, like we talk about now, the new business model is going to be connected with the outcomes of, the medicines, and people are talking about even gathering revenue after outcome, achieving the outcome. Today, if you look at Indian scenario, there is no monitoring of adverse event, there is no real pharmacovigilance, and there is no law to even compensation to a person affected, This is a very bleak scenario, but things are changing. Like things are changing. We talked about government support to pharmaceutical industry. Pharmaceutical industry has grown even without taking government support. Okay. Today, in spite of today, if you're talking about Indian government has announced a lot of schemes. The problem is we are not taking advantage of it. They are offering you incentives on R&D investment. They are offering you incentives on R&D work done. You have DST, Department of Science and Technology, offering even the funds, okay? They have started this export processing zones. Don't compare yourself with China and Chinese government. But government is trying to do a lot of things. I totally agree with Dr. Dangi about implementation. We have lots of policies. Even Drug and Cosmetic Act is being amended. Today all the clinical trials have to be registered. Okay, today Drug and Cosmetic Act has been amended to report all the adverse actions. Okay, today they have given powers to CDSCO to audit CROs. Okay, today they have 12 expert committees to offer guidance on these clinical trials undertaken in India, and ethics committee has become mandatory. So government on paper at least documenting a lot of things. The problem is really in execution. And patient safety is a big concern in India, and something needs to be done, on that aspect.
Dr. Murli, I think you've already spoken about some of the aspects from the government, but I think it's a concluding remark.
I'll just keep it very simple, because normally God doesn't appear in front of you and say, can you tell me what boon you want? I mean, this is an opportunity where you are asking me that. So, if I don't know what boon I should be asking for, then that would be very dangerous. So I definitely know what I need. The first and foremost thing is, if, like he was mentioning about the implementation part, I think a large amount of interaction as association person I have been having with the government. I think one of the things I notice is that there needs to be a tremendous investment made into fortifying all these departments. Now that comes with only one tag, that is called investment.
According to you, in this whole agenda of aspiration, moving up the value chain, whether it is in terms of generic play, whether it's in terms of fostering a culture of innovation, whether it is in the sense of being a compliance-oriented nation with credibility in the global market, what are the top 3 things that will be your ask to the government or the regulators, if I put both of them into the same bucket, which you would believe is something very crucial and critical for India as we move on this agenda for the future?
To the government.
To start with you, yeah.
Yes,
to the government, yeah. This is to the government or regulators.
Yeah, we spoke of innovation earlier. That is, one area to move up the value chain going forward. So obviously the regulation has to support the growth. In India there is, as you rightly said.
So what will be those asked to you?
No, in terms of regulations of supporting innovation, like we talk of foreign direct investment, into which areas? There is something that is changing now from greenfield 100% to brownfield, and then innovative products, and original research doesn't take place in this kind of things. So patent regime, as he was selling the ecosystem, entire ecosystem for the growth of innovation, that is one thing has to be done. And secondly, for management of quality, which is one of the fundamental things. To go to the next level of PICS countries, it will take time. But as you said,
can we have a 10-year horizon?
Yes, absolutely. Offline, as you're talking, that should be the plan, and some commitment has to start, because countries like Malaysia have done, Indonesia is doing, South Korea has done, Nigeria has done, and they are going to be PSI certified, and that will certainly change the credibility and the culture working there.
With an added request to have something on the industry academia linkage, how we can foster that, the way the Bail Dole Act did for US, is there something that India can do?
like say 2-3 points, because one has been very active part of industry association, is there is a lack of trust between the industry and government, and there are misconceived notions about the industry. Unfortunately, Department of Pharmaceuticals is there, but there is no full-fledged minister which is there at this particular moment. So it is operating headless.
But that is a good thing, no?
Which is, but the things
Why do you require a minister?
But despite that, the issue is we need to get, if you see DCGI, CDA already is there. There is no drug approval mechanism. So the three areas, one is the innovation culture, how do we set it? That's one important area. Second is regulatory approvals, new products, and clinical trial guidelines.
Clinical trials, that's one of
Clinical trials, these are the things. Roy Chaudhary committee report is there. But what, as you rightly said, we have to work together on industry-related issues, and there are opportunities. We have done great, because for the cause of the patient, for the cause of the industry, we have to be together. And the last point, what you said, is we have got great academic institutions in the country. NIPER is there, Indian Institute of Science is there, CSI is there. Can the government encourage that and the industry work together? Because if new innovations have to take place, there has to be greater and greater collaboration between the industry and these academic institutions and research institutions. But there has to be encouragement both from government side. Like say in the board of NIPER, why can't we have members of the industry being there? Because they will get the industry insight. In management institutes, we have got industry members. So if we get one or two things right, and it is possible to do it, because drug policy, which was pending for 17 years, if it can come and all industry associations work together, there is possibility of moving forward the regulation, which is there. Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause for all our panelists, thank you so much, gentlemen.
UBM India invites you to be part of history. For the first time in India, the Pharma fraternity will get together to celebrate and honor the contributions of innovators and game changers in a fantastic ceremony. UBM India presents the Indian Pharma Awards 2013. Come, let's make history together.
Tell them about the new trends.
UBM India invites you to be part of history. For the first time in India, the Pharma fraternity will get together to celebrate and honor the contributions of innovators and game changers in a fantastic ceremony. UBM India presents the Indian Pharma Awards 2013. Come, let's make history together.